Good morning, traders. This is Tony D from the easyMarkets dealing room in Sydney. This is for the Platinum Traders Group. We have the very important first speech outlining his economic agenda tomorrow from President-elect Biden. We are likely to see very big numbers come out. Now, he's also going to be speaking about his plans for increasing the vaccination program. That vaccination program is likely to be a sped up version of the current one, maybe 24-hour vaccine stations. Regardless of that point though, it does play a little against a couple of the assets that could do normally very well in a big economic stimulus plan. So a big economic stimulus plan is something along the lines of $3 trillion there for infrastructure and stimulus, $2,000 per person stimulus checks as well. Also, we're talking about the potential there for it to be the first agenda on the table. So we're talking next week, could be voted on and passed. And remember, the Democrats can now control the House, the Senate, and the presidency, so it will be potentially very, very risk on while that is discussed, and then potentially after it's put in. This buy the rumor, sell the facts that does happen when you are trading does come about generally only when we have had significant rallies on the same news. We don't yet have that, in my opinion, on any of the majors. If you're looking at the ways that this could play out, we're looking at the pound being strong in a risk-on environment, weak US dollar, and if we're looking at the Dow potentially moving up to fresh all-time highs towards 32,000. If you look at the daily here, you can see that we've been consolidating for the last week or so around 31,000. It's not out of the range here for a $3 trillion stimulus to push us up to 32. The pair which is underperforming a little bit and is playing catch up today is the ASX. You can still get some value out of that to the top side. It's a little hampered because the Aussie dollar is so strong, but it's definitely looking like it's continuing its move higher now. You can see the relatively large impulsive move this morning at the open. So for those who are looking at gold, now gold is a little bit tricky. Gold has been, price action has been horrible in the last week, and if you're looking at the hope is that you're going to be able to save the day with this major stimulus. The problem that gold has here for tomorrow is that the other big thing that's affecting gold in the last month or so has been vaccinations. If it's taken that the vaccination programs are going to be ramped up, and remember the rollout of vaccination programs under Trump has been horrible, and the speed, the numbers out of America have been, underperforming by a factor of 5 where they thought they would be by now. If it does come across that they are going to be doing a full effort, doubling down on vaccinations, that's probably going to counter any positivity that you would get, and in fact it could be a very negative day for gold, given that the market expectation for it to rally, similar to how NFP was supposed to save gold last Friday, means that gold could fall even as the US dollar is very weak, even as stocks are strong. So it's definitely not the favored way to play. If there wasn't a vaccination play part of his speech tomorrow, then I would be talking about gold going up. It just added risks there. So it's probably going to end up okay, but it's something that could end up really being the most tricky one out there. So best to leave it alone unless you're involved in it. If you are involved in it and you are stuck along from back in NFP, just remember that vaccinations are a big part of the sell gold trade. Ending COVID would really hurt gold. So if it does have a nice rally tomorrow, even as they talk about vaccination programs, then you would use as an opportunity perhaps to get out of some of those stale longs. You can't forget that gold's been very much a sell on the rally in the past couple of months, and there's traders out there who have been playing that game, so it's unlikely to change straight back into that buy mode. We will look at gold again in a couple of days, see how it does play out. If it doesn't have a sell on vaccine news, then perhaps we do have the potential for that move up to new highs, maybe 2,000. But it is definitely on the riskier side right now. But pound is fairly clean here post Brexit. You are seeing some very fast vaccination rates in the UK, 24-hour vaccinations going on over there, and you are seeing the pound technically be very strong, and a very solid stimulus plan from America, and risk on movement in stocks tomorrow should play out well with the pound. And you can see the latest trade ideas there if you were to log into the Platinum portal. Alright guys, we'll be back tomorrow.